We're where?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're at least 160 light years from home.
And just how did we get here?
It must be the MDM memory.
Exactly. Very good, Ensign.
I don't quite follow.
Well, the main difference in the drives we tested and the one on our ship is the addition of MDM memory.
Right. I seem to recall Befren mentioning something about it.
Well, instead of storing the data in another universe, it apparently inverted the whole ship into another universe.
That's incredible.
What's incredible is I did put us back in one piece.
Yeah, very true. Remind me to buy them a drink when I get home.
Can we get home?
Well, we could just try an inverse course setting for the same amount of time.
Sounds reasonable.
I think, however, we should let the computer run a few more tests first.
I had a date with my fiancé this evening. I'd like to be able to keep it. Cat, set up the inversion drive for an inverse course.
Hi, Captain. Course calculated, normal drives online, and acceleration to minimum activation speed on your command.
You better give that order quickly.
Why?
Sensors indicate several small inbound craft. They're moving in fast.
A rescue party?
They're not from Paradisio, and they're in attack posture.
The order is definitely given. Cat, get us out of here.
It's going to be 3 minutes to minimum activation speed.
They're definitely looking like fighters.
Looks like we'll have to fight. Cat, activate drive as soon as possible. Paul, start warming up the weapons.
Aye, sir. Weapons? Aren't we on a cargo ship?
Try thinking of them as a special options package.
I see.
Minimal damage. I don't think they can hurt us. Unless...
Unless?
Well, there is the exhaust port.
Okay, Paul, back them off a little. Okay, that was very, effective. That takes care of that.
Not quite. I'm picking up a much larger ship at extreme range. I guess it's the mothership for those fighters.
Cat?
15 seconds.
It's coming in really fast.
10 seconds.
I'm reading a huge energy buildup.
5 seconds.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We made it.
Cat, confirm our position.
The computer's still having problems.
The MDM database is not designed for this, Captain. There is one thing I'm sure of. We are not in the Paradisio system.
So Janet's probably all right. But you don't know where she is?
Yes. Delta Station sensors detected a second inversion drive activation a few minutes ago. That would seem to imply that they survived the first trip and are attempting to return home.
And have they?
They didn't turn up here. The computers are still working out where they did go.
And where do I fit into all this?
Here to go out and retrieve the Mirage.
But sir, the Wave Rider doesn't have inversion drive.
I know. That's why, effective immediately, you're to be reassigned as captain of the TSE Superior.
Superion. Never heard of her.
I'm not surprised. She's a secret project I've been working on for a while. And while the Mirage was being outfitted with an inversion drive, I had the Superion modified as well.
Befren wouldn't have had time to modify both ships.
Bedford didn't. Jenkins did.
Sirs, they activated the drive again.
You already told me that over the comm.
Well, there's this other little bit.
Yes?
I've been working on some things in my lab that might prove to be interesting.
Beginning to think you're more trouble than you're worth. Get to the point.
Well, I reprogrammed some of the pocket MDM comms so that I believe that we should be able to communicate at FTL inversion speeds over long distances.
Can we contact the Mirage?
Well, they don't have a reprogrammed unit, now do they? But that brings me to the second point. If we could build a second inversion drive ship and mount an MDM sensor on it, with the sensors here and the ones on the ship and the communication device, we should be able to track the Mirage.
That's all well and good, Doctor, but could you actually follow them? And more to the point, find your way back again?
Well, we're still at an impasse as to how to have a Mark II inversion drive arrive at an arbitrary point in space. But the doppelganger unit should be able to hone in on a signal.
Like another inverted ship.
Or a beacon back at the station.
Very good, Doctor. I'm impressed. Did you come up with this all on your own?
Yes, sir!
And you're the only one that knows the Mirage is okay?
Besides you two and Jenkins, yes.
Very good. Now I'm completely sure.
Of what?
I've received this request for additional volunteers to work on the research station on Paradisio 2.
Well, they certainly are always in need of volunteers at Inferno. That's what I think they call it.
And I've decided, as a reward for years of faithful service, you should get to spend some time on the frontier.
Well, but...
No. There's no need to thank me.
Well, what about...
What?
Well, what about my cat?
I'll take care of your cat, Doctor.
Inferno, nobody returns from Inferno. Nobody's ever heard from again.
You're wrong. I returned.
So we're stranded several hundreds of light years from home with the only FTL drive in existence, and we can't even get it to work right. So now what?
Figure out how to get that. That's what. Brian, I want you heading up the team trying to figure out what happened when we activated the drive and how to get back home.
Right, I'll get right on it.
And the rest of us?
Well, there's that planet down there. What do we know about it?
Sensors indicate there may be a few small settlements.
Okay, let's go check it out, shall we?
Well, I can't land this ship. Not if we ever want to take off again.
Oh, young Katrina, you have so much to learn. Why don't you help me unpack these boxes?
Shoes? What are we going to do with shoes?
There she is, the TSE Superior.
She sure doesn't look like much.
She's truly special. I've been having her worked on for close to 3 years now as the prototype for a new class of ships.
She looks like a medium-sized freighter to me.
Exactly. Not here in public. You'll find the complete list of specifications in the safe in the ward room.
Very good, sir. When do I leave?
As soon as we get a couple of last-minute crew assignments on board.
I thought you said I'd have the crew of the Wave Rider with me.
You do. But I thought that someone like, say, Captain Vanderdecken's boyfriend might also be useful to have on board.
I can see where he'd have his uses. I've heard good things about him.
Good man. Now remember, I want the Mirage either back under my control or out of action completely. And I don't really care much which.
I understand, but why don't you want her back?
Well, we're putting the Superior Line into production. After we ramp up to speed, we'll be able to kick out one of these ships every couple of months.
Very good, sir. I won't fail you. Signal off station that we're ready for our deep space research mission. As specified by our flight plan, we'll be out of communications for some time.
Aye, sir. Alpha Station signals permission to depart.
Close channel. Navigator, set course and accelerate to critical speed. Engage drive when we're out of sensor range.
Aye, sir.
Status.
All decks report green. Computer's still checking location. Initial estimate is approximately 230 light-years south-southwest relative to the galactic core.
Any sign of the Mirage?
Sensors are looking. There's one habitable planet in the system. Suggest we take a closer look.
Very good. Kyle, rig for stealth travel and start powering up the weapons.
Stealth travel?
Just look under your special options menu on your console. You'll find it. And don't report what else you find there.
Aye, sir.
Navigator, take us in. Slowly.
Next week on Space Rogues TSE. The Mirage makes contact with a strange human civilization and fall under attack by a mysterious aircraft. Next week on an all-new Space Rogues TSE.